Okay, so we're back home after the event. First time driving a rotary in anger, sort of track use. I did creep up on it a little bit, take the first few laps real gentle, trying to feel for the car, one eye permanently on the gauges. There's a lot going on, as you might understand. A lot of cars on track, a lot of cars to avoid, just getting a general feel for it. Overall, I'm very happy with this car. I've got a long way to go with development. The engine's strong, feels beautiful. It feels like, I don't know, it's unjustified on a dyno, but again, after driving it yesterday, probably 375, 380, it might be at, something like that. Accelerates hard when it's boosting. But at the same time that it is doing that, with the short screamer pipe and where the screamer pipe sits, the trans tunnel and inside the car gets really quite hot. It was a hot day in Ipswich out in Queensland, which didn't help. Windows 3/4 of the way up as per track rules, so it was hot inside the cab. Again, whatever, that's race car life. You can get cool suits, get increased breathing as we go along. We did only get sort of into the second practice run and the car lost voltage rapidly, but as you know, I worked out after the alternator had failed, and it's a really small racing battery, so these rotaries are fairly hungry for electricity for spark duties, but also it's got the two Bosch pumps in the back. So by the time I'd noticed that the volts were down on the IQ3, it actually started running roughly. So I managed to get it off track, but then it just stopped. Like the volts went below 10, ECU stopped working, pumps stopped working, and I pushed it home. Tried a couple more times whilst we were doing some checking what was wrong with it, but back on the trailer and then back home. So what we found when I got home is, did the electrical checks as you normally would, nothing special there. So alternator gone. We worked out what alternator it's from. I managed to get one from Kevin Potts, so thank you so much, Mazcare. I'll put his name in the link below, sort of thing. So that went well. He got one on the shelf, and we managed to get the pulley to fit. Down here there was a fair amount of oil, not like a tanker had come undone, but and I think some of it was coming out of here, because that's just pushed in, as the rotary boys will know, that's just pushed in there. So I wiggled that out. I put a bit of sealer in there and tapped it in well, but I think maybe also top of the dipstick tube. Done a couple of things, fixed it, cleaned it, and all we can do is monitor that. And there was also, let's scoot around this to the side. There's also a fair amount of oil in this area, which was like it when I got it. I didn't know what it was, so I thought I'll just pull the injectors out and then we put some seals in it. But when I did, in these bottom ports, there's spacer O-rings, these ones. One of them had sort of squashed and then doubled in, and it's gouged the back of it. I think it's been injecting sort of through this seal. I don't know how it didn't get sucked into the motor, but at the same time, with that seating poorly, it's blown out the petrol, which is obviously pre-mixed. So that was as it got warm, the petrol evaporated, leaving little pools of oils inside each little cavity in the rotor housings. So I've been and bought some new seals this morning. So I'm gonna rebuild it shortly and then give it a try. The only other drama I had, really not even a drama, is the steering feels quite funky. So it's got a steering box on it. It is a bit clunky and clicky. I think it may have been tightened up too much, so I'm going to slacken off the adjuster, the grub screw, and just see if that makes it a bit smoother. But it does make it feel funny on track, and it makes it hard to turn with that notchiness. You're never quite sure whether you're feeling the road or the steering box. So there's that to do. Other than that, the car was good. Like I said, made good power. The only thing that did alarm me a little bit or surprise me is, because I've never drove a rotary in a track condition, is a lack of engine braking. So, you know, for those that have done track work before, and you're just heading a bit too fast into a corner, and you think that's all right, downshift, quick heel and toe from maybe fourth to second as quick as you can, will scrub off so much speed where you can get around the corner. Not so much with Kevin. Braking hard, and then yeah, 2 more gears down makes little to no difference. Just you know, no resistance. But yeah, you soon get used to that. But you still can use the gearing down just so you can fire it out of a corner, and it does fire out of a corner. But don't rely on downshift to scrub some speed off and then enable you to be in the right gear. They don't do that, which is surprising. Whereas the GTR got a lot. It got a lot of that engine braking. But other than that, we had a great day. And we will continue our relationship, Kevin and I.